Hello and welcome to The Corner. I'm the Frosted Glass and I'm joined by my fellow Alpester Savages. I like boobs.
Hi, it's Boobs here, and I don't think it's going too far for me to say that I'm kind of like the Terry Gilliam of the group.
Moonshock.
I'm Guy.
We know.
No, you don't. Shut up. He goes, we know. You should see Son. Son's in the kitchen looking at me like, oh my God, yes, you are.
Look, there's a reason we call you Faggotron.
Faggotron.
Pterodiomantis.
I have it on good authority that today is Friday in California.
What?
I love that meme.
I haven't heard that one.
It's like this weird Japanese TV show, and it features like a surgeon, and it's really surreal looking. I don't know what the hell the context is, but it's this surgeon who's like sharpening his knives, and then the patient is like a cop in full uniform, and he sits up, and the subtitle says, "Today is Friday in California," for no reason.
And then doesn't he shoot the guy too?
Yes, he does.
Weird,
Mike R says hi, baby.
a weird as hell Japanese show? I don't believe it. And this week's special guest, Johnny Hellcat.
I am, or am I?
Well, he could be Willet Forge. We don't know.
Yeah.
Apparently, everyone
Spread
thought I was
gun says hi.
Prospero last week, so
Spread gun.
Hi, Squad Gun.
Not trying to hijack the channel at all or anything. Oh, Evolved Potato says hi.
Hi, Ball Potato.
well, everyone did think I was Prospero earlier the week, so I'm not
Yeah.
gonna.
I love when you do that press. You're just like, nah.
I just thought it was hilarious that Hammer didn't realize that it was Johnny. He actually thought it was Prospero.
Oh my God.
I wish that Jack had stayed on because he was so excited for Prospero that it would have been funny
like
to see him get.
She's
It wa-
cool and she's nice and I like her.
It would have been
Well-
funny to see him get catfished.
Yeah.
Well, and it was like even Kepke's response was absolutely hilarious.
Ebony Williams says hi.
Hi, Ebony Williams.
All right. Well, as you guys know, the corner isn't just entertainment; it's also educational. You know,
True.
it teaches things that
I-
we need to know.
Frosted, educate me.
I have an official request. Spud Gun wants you to call me a ginger git.
Ginger Git.
So, we're here to tell you this is what a microaggression looks like.
Oh, I would love to see what a microaggression looks like.
Why do I
What?
keep
Aren't they-
forgetting?
They're so small that I cannot perceive them. So your
Phyllis-
microscopic vision will surely help us.
Okay, keep that right there because Phyllis Unterschutz.
Yes,
Yeah.
Phyllis.
Yeah, she's got like,
Phyllis.
yeah, she's got like a Third Reich last name.
Unterschutz.
Phyllis Ubermensch. Okay.
Yeah.
Just a second, I gotta get that. I cannot spell that fucking name. Unterschutz.
Unterschutz.
Uetz.
I think that's German.
Wait, is it?
I think that's German for taking it up the butt.
I know that. I know there's the Ubermensch is supposed to be like the perfect man. Is it the Untermensch who's
Yes.
supposed to be like the weak one?
That's it.
Oh,
Okay.
she's an old fart.
So Phyllis Untermensch. Okay,
Yeah.
gotcha.
Unter
Oh,
meaning
yeah.
lower and shoots meaning shoot. The lower shoot, the poop shoot.
yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. This image will work.
Give people warning.
Oh, this woman wants to give y'all a big old fucking kiss. Here you go. Right there. Just for you guys.
Ew.
Mwah.
Yeah, she owns at least 4 cats.
Oh
Ah!
yeah. that's at least a 4 or 5 cat. Even the dogs are barking at her. Yeah, that's a 4
Now
or
you
5
hear the
cat
dog
owner.
going woo in the background.
Hey dog, let that out. Get it.
It In the early months of the COVID-19 pandemic, I read every article I could find about the new vaccine that would soon be available.
I believe you did.
I was fascinated by the science. As an older person, yes, you could say that again.
Yeah, the science. She was big into the science, folks.
As an older person with risk factors, I knew it could be bad if I got infected. So as soon as my husband and I were eligible, we made an appointment and gratefully got our injections.
Because you're morons. That's why you got them.
How grateful are you now?
Mm-hmm.
Now that the CDC has basically said they didn't do anything.
Now it's like, just like cancel out the rest of this article and just say, and now I have heart problems. Done.
And then I died.
And then I died.
This is my ghost writing. You may think that this sounds like a crazy person, but please remember, this is Medium.
This article has been published posthumously.
A couple days later, I had a conversation with a black friend I'll call TJ.
Ooh, capital B. Wow, she's woke
TJ
as fuck.
is me. TJ is my initials. That's
That TJ?
my middle
your
name.
middle. Oh, your middle initial. All right.
Yes, he's Terry Jerry Diamante.
Terry Giamantis Diamantis.
What, baby? What about you?
Terry Gigantus.
Sorry, son's watching and eating popcorn at the same time, so it must be one hell of an article.
Yeah. I told him all about my vaccination experience and described the mild side effects I was feeling.
Oh, here, you want to see this author right here, baby? Here you go.
I said
Side
several
effects include the tendency to repeat yourself needlessly.
What do you think about that, old fart?
Crypt keeper.
I said several times how relieved I was to be protected from severe illness and death.
Wrong.
And then she still got sick, didn't she?
Uh-huh.
TJ said, I don't know. I'm still not sure I want to get vaccinated.
See, I'm
Really?
still sure I don't want to get vaccinated.
Really?
Wow.
I said.
Well, that depends on how many times she stuttered during that statement.
True.
That's surprising. How come? I just have a bad feeling about it, he
His
responded.
spidey senses were correct.
My friend is a highly educated and practical person. I was
Unlike you.
baffled
Yeah.
by his reticence.
Yes.
So you mean-
you see that's the thing, is that if you're educated, you know to have a healthy distrust of people who are way in your face about everything.
And I have to
Because
find
people who are way in your face about everything tend to be trying to sell you something.
She just means he's clean and articulate.
Oh, come
Yes.
on. This is the best snake oil you could possibly buy.
I'll take 10.
10 injections right up your butthole.
I was baffled by his reticence. Don't you want to protect yourself and your family from this crazy virus? I asked. Sure, he said. Of course I do, but I'm still struggling with it. We'll see. I just have to give it some more thought. I was so
in fairness, the black community has had a pretty rough experience with the government as far as vaccines go.
Yeah.
I was so puzzled by this response that I actually said, wow. Yep, that's what I said to my friend. Wow.
Wow.
And the lesson she's going to take from this, watch this. The lesson she's going to take from this is not maybe other people have legitimate concerns about this this untested drug. The lesson she's going to take is I shouldn't have condescended to him because he's black.
No, the lesson she's going to take away is niggers are stupid.
Oh, well, you got to remember, this is like, it's been tested for years and years and years, according to the people that defend it, yet it is safe and effective too. You know, we're not going to rule out any kind of side effects because there aren't any.
I mean, gosh.
Exactly.
That's right. I said gosh.
golly.
Golly gee whiz.
He changed the subject then, and we went on to have a delightful talk about something I no longer remember. There was no hint in his voice that he felt hurt or offended, and I promptly put the whole exchange out of my mind. A couple weeks later, I got a call
Can
from
I
another.
just say, your friend sounds about 1,000 times smarter than you.
Maybe it's it's her nurse. I don't know. A couple weeks later, I got a call from another friend, a black woman, slightly older than I am. Oh no,
Why
sorry,
does the race matter?
slightly older than I am. Her voice was shaky.
Side effects may include misspelling common words.
Her voice was shaky and her words tumbled out without pause. I won't try to write what she said as dialogue because I don't want to put words in her mouth. But this is the gist of her story.
Oh, you want to put something in her mouth, though. Oh, did I say that? My bad.
Wow. So we're going to be prepared for the next 2 minutes, folks. We're about to watch somebody get seriously misquoted.
I don't know if you saw it, Moonshock, that Evolved Potato says to check your Streamlabs.
Yeah, I saw. Just one moment. Recent events. Thank you, Evolved Potato, who says, so I can make a request for Son to call you a cuck so it can be heard clearly on the stream. And yes, I'm doing this just for the clip. Evolved Potato wants you to call me a cuck from a far distance away, baby.
Not that far.
Anytime.
What is she in Mexico? Come on.
Wait. We need to get. She has to do that again. One more time.
Dramatic silence.
There you go. I am now a cuck.
Is she at the bottom of a well or something?
No, she's upstairs.
You need to learn to work sounders, Frosted, and just throw that one in at little random times here and there. just every once in a while. Cock.
All right, so here's the older black friend's story. I just got back from getting my COVID vaccination. I was fine, eager to get it, eager to have it over with. My son went with me and everything was going so smoothly. I sat down at that little table with my sleeve rolled up and waited for the doctor. I was just fine. Then I looked up, and here came this white man holding a syringe. He walked toward me with this needle and I panicked. I totally panicked. I couldn't breathe. I couldn't let him get near me. It was like all the inhumane, barbaric things that white doctors did to my ancestors came flooding into my body.
Well, conversely, at least she capitalized the word white.
Wow, your
It
friend.
turns out that not only is this author an idiot, she's friends with idiots too.
Yeah. Your friend might be stupider than you are, lady.
Yeah, the only thing I can really attribute this to was, I mean, yes, I know this is like from the old Batman movie when Batman is always right and Robin just goes, gosh, yes, Batman, when you put it that way.
It was like all the inhumane, barbaric things that white doctors did to my ancestors came flooding into my body.
Yes,
My
because
son-
white doctors, they know nothing to do but barbaric things. Whoa, inhumane.
To her ancestors, to
most-
Phyllis.
The most horrible thing happened. I saw a white doctor.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
I don't want to know what Unterschutz's ancestors did.
Unless that was Dr. Nick, you should shut the fuck up.
BG, don't you want my wife to die or choking on popcorn?
Don't forget, Johnny. It's Shut the Fuck Up Friday.
My son had to take me away from there so I could calm down. Finally, they got a black doctor to give me the shot. When I got home, I called you. I needed to tell this to a white person.
Jesus Christ.
I am
Do
so
these
glad I
people
don't
have
live in
any
this
sense
world.
of- Just imagine for a moment what it must be like to live in this person's head.
Is that a
Yeah.
hyperlink?
I hope it's not a link to her head because
What? Where?
On
It
Because-
this, it shows
Oh.
doesn't
No.
seem to be.
Oh,
It was
fuck
like
was-
all the-
I saw Allure Quainu. That's somebody else you've had before as an author. Why did that name come up for all of a sudden?
because
It
it seems
is-
as though everything these people think, everything they think, seems to be connected to feeling of self-loathing. To self-loathing. Every single part of this woman's life is associated with self-loathing. How
In-
on earth
in her
do you
defense-
function like that?
In her defense, I loathe her too, so she might be onto something.
Yeah. Again, I want to be clear that this is an approximation of what she said. I did my best to remember her words as accurately as possible. Parts of her story are seared into my brain. Her agitation was so intense as she described what happened. I thought I could feel it in my own body.
Okay, Phyllis.
Undersweets.
I offered as much love and support as I could express. After her nerves settled, we talked about the history of medical racism, epigenetics, and trauma passed from one generation to the next.
Medical racism.
So I said,
Wow.
"Fuck that white guy," and went to a black doctor.
And then a black doctor gave me an identical shot, and I was fine with it.
Yeah, see?
Dude, I actually had this conversation with Hammer's friend Claudia. Like, she used to go by Ranting Feminist to give you an idea of what
Oh,
we're
dear.
dealing with. And she was saying, okay, I understand all the sort of the historic practices, but can we just be honest and say that the current black reluctance to get vaccinated has nothing to do with that? I was like, I've got a video for you to watch, and it's two black Canadians, Aber and Preach, and they're saying, yeah, no, this is a big part of, like, we're vaccinated, but we get it. We understand why black people are scared of this. I was like, what is she going to do? Argue against black people about what black people are scared of?
Is she going to? Is she
They
trying to
outrank you.
argue? Yeah. Is she trying to argue that black people are not skeptic? That black people are not really skeptical of the government?
Yeah, essentially.
In a time where they are literally there are parts of the country over black people talking about defunding the police, and all of a sudden you expect them to just be like totally fine with everything the government does.
Yeah.
How delusional can you be?
Okay. It was important for her to tell this story to a white friend who would listen and be a witness to her experience. After we hung up, I spent a long time sitting with my emotions. I felt enraged at past and current racial violence.
That must have been a really lonely time for her.
Just get
I
the
felt
fuck
sad.
over yourself.
I felt sad that my friend had gone through such trauma, and I felt grateful and honored that she had trusted me enough to tell me about it.
Honored? What are you, a fucking Klingon?
Wait. So the black doctor story was her friend telling her, or was that her experience?
It was her black friend's experience.
I can just think of the whitest kids you know, where they have a sketch. Well, he was riding a bike and hit by lightning strike. Now he reads real fast. He's good at science and math. Black doctor.
I just love that she's talking about how she feels so honored, but basically she's just the first white person that the friend came across.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, I called all my other friends, but they were busy. So now here's you.
No, they were too dark, so they weren't good enough. We have to complain to Whitey.
Let's see. All these feelings were muddled together, and I had trouble sorting them out. The regret crept up on me, hovering on the periphery of my awareness. I couldn't quite get my brain around it. It had to do with vaccinations. Then I remembered with painful clarity. When TJ shared his concerns, what did I do? I said I was surprised. I said I didn't understand. I said, wow.
Wow!
Wow, Phyllis.
Wow.
How could I have been so dense? I was very aware that many African Americans were leery
Oh.
of the vaccine.
Oh, now they're African Americans. She said black how many times? And all of a sudden she
Yeah.
gets really fucking woke and goes, African Americans.
Well, the guilt is setting in more.
I believe the politically correct term is niggers of color.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not funny.
I was familiar with the history. How is it possible to know these things and then forget them in the middle of a conversation with a black friend?
See?
It wasn't the first time I've had to ask myself that question, and probably won't be the last. The answer is always the same. White supremacy was designed to make us forget.
No, it wasn't. It was designed to let some people who have a different skin color than those feel as if they are better than them. That is what it was designed for.
No, it's to make you forget.
Sorry, yeah, I forgot what I was saying. Sorry. All that white supremacy, I've forgotten so much.
It's very efficient at keeping us ignorant. It's a system of oppression that wins when white people are clueless about how it functions.
No, being woke is how it keeps you ignorant, dude.
So
I'm
would that be Alzheimer's supremacy?
I'm just wondering, does this mean that shots in general are racist?
Yep.
Or is it
Yeah.
just shots from white doctors specific? If you
No,
get a black doctor to administer the shot, does that make it okay? Or is the
No.
shot inherently at fault?
Shots are racist unless they're coming from a black gun.
In Chicago.
Yeah.
In Chicago.
It sneaks into our minds. It sneaks into our minds and we end up saying something hurtful to a friend. Sometimes I'm not...
we had an example of that just recently, didn't we? Some dumb moonshock.
Oh! Oh, I'm sorry. Is that my cue? I'm gay.
Sometimes I'm not sure which is more egregious, not knowing this history or knowing it and forgetting. I called TJ and apologized for my insensitivity.
She called you Terry? She has your
I
number?
know.
Oh my god.
I had to change it. I had to get a whole new phone.
That's a long distance fucking call for her too.
Do you have a second portal?
Well,
Ew, she's old.
there's two Portal games for us. It only makes sense that I've got two.
Yeah.
So
He
wait,
was-
she called TJ under the presumption that the reason he didn't get a shot was because he didn't want a white doctor to administer the shot. This is really contrived, even for you, lady.
Yeah.
Hi, I just called up to say I'm sorry because I forgot you were black.
No, that's when you just say, I just called. Never mind.
He was gracious and forgiving, but I couldn't shake the deep regret I felt. I guess that's okay because hopefully it will serve as a reminder that I can never relax my vigilance.
Why do I get the feeling? Why do I
Sounds
get
like
the
Batman
feeling?
now?
Yeah. Why do I get the feeling that TJ's was like, yeah, okay, thanks, that means a lot. I'll talk to you later. Bye.
Well, if she's starting to get that Batman vibe, then you're gonna have to read the rest of the article. Like, I share this and try not to beat myself up.
I choose to believe that TJ was William Shatner and that his surname is Hooker.
I'm so sorry, TJ. By the way, can you mow my lawn? I share this incident not to beat myself up, but rather to offer an example of how racism works.
I don't
If
want
it's
to beat
help-
myself up, but look at all these lashes I just gave myself.
Yeah.
Ooh.
If it's helpful to anyone, then the story has fulfilled its purpose.
It has not fulfilled any purpose then.
Oh, this article is done? Oh, man.
Today's and shit that never happened.
I need her to tell me just how much more racist that I really am.
Well, I think just sign up to her Medium page, and I'm sure there'll be lots of other articles for you to peruse.
Phyllis Unterschwitz is an
Oh, look,
author.
she's the co-author, together with her husband Gene, of Longing: Stories of Racial Healing.
So basically, he's a piece of shit little pussy boy, and she
Told by
gets all of
some
her
white-
jollies from black
Moonshock.
guys.
You'll be-
Whoa, hold on a second there.
She bangs all the TJs while he watches in the corner.
No, Moonshock, you'll be delighted to know there is a link to her website at the bottom of this article. So if you want a copy of that book, I think it's going to be very easy for you to order.
Yeah.
I think that she wrote that book on the premise that she would give it to all her white friends, and more white people would start killing themselves.
You know, I see a link up at the top there that says "listen." Now, if you click that "listen," does it come out with a voice of a black guy that just says, "This is what a microaggression look like"? Why do I keep forgetting?
You think she gives like copies of her book to her grandkids instead of hard candy?
Merry Christmas! Here's a free copy of my book.
If I give you this, then the New York Times will call me a bestseller.
Grandma, no, I have 20 copies already.
Six in chat says it's cheese and crackers time. So my only conclusion is Johnny must be the cheese.
Oh.
All right. Well, with the end of the first article comes the first game,
The best game.
and the
Second
and that would be Sad Libs Double Prompt Edition.
So would I, Jaeger. I love me some
Oh,
Werther's original. They're
joy.
tasty.
All right, and this is the one where I take 4 headlines from Medium, take out 2 words, and you guys have to fill in those words Mad Lib style, and then the chat will vote on which is the best one. So, Jack, I need an activity.
Farting.
Yeah, all right. Moon, I need a plural noun.
Hookers.
Terry, I need an adjective.
I'll stay on topic. I'll go vaccinated.
Oh, I remember what this is. And okay. Anyway, Johnny, I need a transitive verb.
What's that?
Hammered.
All right, and Moon, I need an adjective.
I want to go back to my old no, my old reliable, but I don't do that one. How about pointy?
All right. Terry, I need an adjective.
It's a little thing.
I will try and fit the theme of hookers and go infected.
Laugh from sun.
All right. Johnny, I need a living thing plural.
Savages.
Are you okay, Johnny?
All right, and Jack, I need a person.
Barack Obama.
Ooh.
Yeah. So, Jack's is the hidden world of farting clubs and pointy sauna sex.
Pointy sauna sex.
All right, and Moon's is I have more hookers as a corpse than as an infected woman.
Oh.
I think that went really relatively well.
Yes.
All right, and Terry's vaccinated Down syndrome underwear model is driving savages nuts.
Yep.
Something like that one.
Oh yes.
All right, and Johnny's why would someone want to hammer Barack Obama to death?
Yes!
Oh, that
All
was
right.
better. That's my favorite right there.
Well, I'll
Johnny.
start up.
You're welcome.
I'll start up a poll in the chat so they can vote on which one is best.
Let's hammer Barack Obama to death.
It's too bad I didn't say Abraham Lincoln. That would have been even better.
Don't.
Well, see, and I was thinking also of using fuck just to go with the.
Why would someone want to fuck Barack Obama to death?
That would have been great.
Jack says he should have picked Abraham Lincoln. Well, now you fucked up. Now you fucked up.
There you go.
I actually have that clip from Terry.
What's that from?
Yeah.
What would you say, baby?
Whitest
The
kid you know.
whitest kids you know. Yeah.
Who's the winner?
There's a clip.
The last one is epic, but Terry's is also, to me, there's two winners in there.
Vaccinated Down syndrome underwear model.
There's two.
Well, Johnny has a healthy lead. And also I noticed that we only have half as many likes as we have viewers, so
Oh,
Yes,
we
the
will
chat
find
needs
you
to
if
do
you
something
don't.
about that.
If you don't like it, we will find you.
No, I think it's because we've got a black cat on the stream and people are just racist.
Oh,
But for the record, Frosted, there's a clip from The Whitest Kids You Know that features Abraham Lincoln saying, "Now you fucked up," and it ends with him getting beaten to death with a hammer in the butt.
Okay.
Now you fucked up. Now you fucked up. Woohoo!
Johnny was just at 69%, but he lost 2%.
Oh.
Way to go, Terry.
no.
Hey,
All right.
Moon got 7%, so I think he's the one to blame.
All right,
It's like, I played the clip.
Wow,
and my percentage went down.
Johnny, you're doing even better. You're doing even a wider margin than that person who beat what's her name?
Liz
not
Cheney?
McCain. Liz Cheney, yeah.
All right. Well, I think it's safe to end the poll there. So
I
Johnny
think
is the winner with 64% of the vote.
I'll take it.
All right. And now for our second article. The Brittany Griner story exposes America's race problem to the world.
Who?
Huh?
She's the WNBA bitch that got
Oh.
arrested in Russia.
Oh, okay.
Fuck that dumb bitch.
But she's white, isn't she?
Now,
No? I don't care.
Andrew Ricketts. Just a moment.
What do you mean there's a race she's going to argue that something that cut against black people? Do you have any idea?
Oh. Well, hold on a
Have
second. I
any
want to
idea how disproportionate the response to her getting arrested in Russia was? That was way over the top of
This
what
guy?
it should have
Or
been. It
this
would have
guy?
been like it should have been like rotten prison, bitch.
I mean,
And
that
we
was my
only-
attitude.
we only have so many mediocre
Oh,
basketball players.
Yeah.
You mean just say women,
Yeah.
Frosted?
Same guy. Look at the eyebrows. I'm getting a picture of this
I've got
guy.
eyes, I can see.
The basketball star's plight symbolizes the long history of U.S. imperialism and racism hand in hand.
Oh my God! Seriously,
What?
this guy has got. Okay, on his Twitter page, his Twitter background behind his picture is a picture of SimCity.
Right.
Uh-huh.
Brittany
Jesus,
Griner.
baby.
Is son like really pissed off or something?
No,
She's disposing the body.
James Cawley says hi to son.
Tim Colley says hi,
Hi, Jane.
and a picture in or his link is in chat for this idiot's picture. He looks like a complete doofus. He's like, look how
I think
much I can get my lemon face going.
I think I saw him on the Chappelle Show sketch.
Brittany Griner now occupies an unprecedented place in history. She's one of the most accomplished athletes ever.
That's bullshit.
Sorry, son just called me gay right to my face.
And her imprisonment makes her a totem of America's struggle with race, class, gender, and sexuality.
A totem. Wow.
Why do these people always pick the most mediocre figures in history to like represent everything they stand for? Do they
Well,
not?
I mean, if they had like a good example, then people on the right would agree with them, and they
Yeah.
can't have that. Like if this was a clear-cut case of no, this is an injustice, we need to rise up against it, the wrong people they disagree with, would take their side, and they can't be in allegiance with right-wing people.
It's really sad, but it's true. That's the place we're in right now, is that one side of the aisle is so fucking retarded that they will agree with literally anything that on the basis that it doesn't make sense.
Come on,
It's bizarre. I've never heard anything like it.
name
I
name
can't
one
think
athlete.
of another time in I can't
Name
think
one
of another
athlete
time
who's
in
accomplished more than her.
I can't think of a single one.
Yeah.
I'm sure that it's never happened.
Sadly, there's no neat answer when it comes to the dilemma her country faces to free her from the enemy's clutches.
There's that whole
94
rotten jail
Jamaican bobsled team.
suggestion that Jack had. I'm on board with that.
Yeah, you went to another country that you had to have known had stricter marijuana laws than the U.S. and you brought marijuana with you, and then you got thrown in jail for being a moron. You didn't even go to jail for marijuana. You went to jail for being stupid, and you deserved it because
basically.
you're an idiot. And then you got miraculously, in any other point in history, you would have sat in jail forever for the rest of your life. They would have extended your sentence just because they didn't like you. And at any other point in history, it would have just sat like that. But no, you happened to hit the most weird flashpoint where half the country miraculously decided you were some sort of golden god to place all of your their hopes and dreams upon. It doesn't even make rational sense, but it happened, and all you're gonna do is come back to America and bitch out about how awful white people are, because that's the sort of entitlement that you are accustomed to, you unbelievable cunt.
America will be in shambles if we don't have her back, Jack.
Yeah.
Russia knows exactly how this will go. They hold nearly all the leverage in this Cold War detention of an American celebrity.
Celebrity? That's a bit of a stretch.
Yeah. Had anyone heard of her before this?
Nope.
For one, they understand how inherently hypocritical the U.S. looks on the world stage, often preaching equality and civility while murdering its black citizens with the full backing of the government.
Hey, they can do that? I'm moving to America.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
America's the type of nation to prop up a black president, secretary of state, attorney general, vice president, and simultaneously incarcerate black people at 5 times the rate of their white counterparts.
50-50.
Maybe if they didn't commit 5 times as much crime, we wouldn't have to arrest them 5 times as often.
No, everything is equitable, Terry.
Oh, my mistake.
Everybody commits the same amounts of crime. Griner is at the crux of this paradox. She's successful but invisible. She's an exceptional representation of queer black women in sports, but has been arrested for...
I will agree with that. She is an exceptional representation in that, but not perhaps in the way you mean it.
I like this sentence though. She's an exceptional representation of queer black women in sports, but has been arrested for domestic violence with her WNBA ex-wife Glory Johnson.
Glory
No,
Johnson.
That makes sense. She represents the violent race, and she's got a history of violence. Makes sense.
Wow. Yeah.
Well, that's probably more of
perpetuate that stereotype, douchebag.
The
probably
trifecta
more
is
of a-
complete. We have now seen how big and evil bitch she is. There
Well,
you go.
that's probably more of a lesbian thing because they have the highest domestic abuse rate, don't they?
Yeah.
Yes, they do.
Wouldn't it have been funnier if Glory's last name was Hull instead of Johnson?
Wait, so black lesbian? That's two reasons why she's violent. No, she had no chance to avoid it.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's amazing. She has all the markings of a progressive icon. Now we know that she fits the other one, which is being a violent piece of shit.
Specifically beating women.
Yeah.
It's amazing. It's like all of them. All the progressive icons are just the biggest dirtbags on the planet. How do they find these people?
Not George Floyd. He was the same.
Yeah, he did nothing wrong.
Yeah.
Ever.
And somehow Glory
and
Johnson
don't let
is
anyone
not,
tell you any different. Sorry.
and somehow Glory Johnson is not a porn star. She is a decorous athlete. Is that even a word? Decorous? She is a decorous athlete who will surely go down as one of the best players in her sport, but she's paid like a minor leaguer by any other measure.
Because the WNBA is a form of minor league. It's not I'm gonna get paid $100 million to play basketball with other women. That's not what it's all about. It's just a version of basketball played by women. They're not going to get paid by men, or they're not getting paid as much as men ever.
Decorous is a real word. It just means like marked by good taste. So
characterized by exhibiting decorum.
Yes.
Decorum, like beating your wife.
Yeah.
Decorum. I'll show you my decorous backhand.
Yeah.
I'm getting vibes of like the Obama White House had no scandals right now.
No. It had one. Remember the tan suit.
The tan suit. That's right.
Yeah,
especially after Labor Day.
And everybody loves the WNBA. That's all people watch when Antiques Roadshow isn't on.
It's all about fundamentals, not the inability to dunk.
She's also not the only American who's run afoul of Russia's strict drug laws. Maryland teacher Mark Fogel has been in jail for 11 months for entering Russia with medical marijuana he claims helped him to treat chronic pain.
Well, he's an idiot too.
Don't think that just because you have a medical reason for it that it's legal there. That's just ignorance, complete ignorance.
Well, maybe if he beat his wife, then people would be more up in arms about it.
Yeah. Sorry. My bad.
I don't know. I want to check the palate.
Huh? What'd you say?
Imagine.
The color palette.
Imagine. I just want to draw a scenario for you. A transgender woman who is black, who beats their wife, runs counterfeit money, and died after an encounter with police where the police officer didn't even touch them. Can you imagine what would happen in America if that were to ever happen? It would be like the riot equivalent of an atomic bomb.
The tension between Russia and the U.S. predates Griner's 1990 birth date, and her unfortunate circumstance may deepen the chasm.
Yeah, it predates her little birthday in 1990 by decades. Don't buy this bullshit of, the Berlin Wall came down and everything was fine. No, we have been adversaries for decades. So don't think that just because this dumb bitch was born in 1990 means like, we are just fine. And then she was born and hey, look, now we're all friends and everybody hates us.
It's like, do you know how many times Russia's changed its name since I was born?
I mean, when I first played the very first Street Fighter 2, Zangief came from USSR.
USSR. Yeah.
First it was Russia, then USSR, then Glory Johnson, and then Russia again.
Where are you from, Glory Johnson? What?
And let's see. The social conditions that cloud Griner's future release are manifold and entangled. For her to
Man,
taste freedom within the decade, America as a whole will need to answer difficult questions that the nation has so far evaded. What's
right.
what's the role of celebrity in political conflict?
Chess pieces.
That's not funny.
As brightly as Griner has shined in her basketball career, a defensive force, the engine of an undefeated college basketball powerhouse, a champion, she isn't a household name. When LeBron
Oh.
James blurted out his true feelings in a rare off-the-cuff statement about Griner, he said he'd hesitate to return to the U.S. if he were in her position.
Is it sad that when you said household, I was thinking something completely different?
Mhm.
Terry knows.
The only reason I know LeBron James is he's a character in multiverses, and so
Hey.
I assume he's fictional.
He was also in that awesome Space Jam sequel.
Oh, good
we
point.
We don't talk about that.
No, but that proves that he's fictional. Then he's been in 2 fictional pieces of work.
Yeah.
That's right. Space Jam 2, Space Jammier.
Jam harder.
Oh, now it's a porno.
Space Jam 2, Jam harder.
We saw how
Don't
his
act like you wouldn't like it.
eyeball on Lola Bunny.
Yeah, okay. Among athletes where Griner has earned invaluable respect, she is a titan. The general population might not feel that way, seeing Griner as either a foolish or an arrogant athlete, too rebellious for her own good.
Oh.
Yeah, because
Not
we
rebellious, just
all
stupid for
respect
our own good.
LeBron James.
LeBron
I mean,
James
come on.
never did nothing wrong.
But what has America done for LeBron James? Come on.
Well, one of his teammates banged his mom, so I mean, there's that.
Oh,
Like,
Was that in Space Jam 2?
it's the butthole cut.
Ew.
Her stature might go a long way stateside to earn some goodwill in the jurisprudence of a simple drug offense. American athletes have literally gotten away with murder on the strength of career riches and high-priced lawyers.
Wow.
Whether Griner can gain enough support from President Joe Biden, the diplomatic community, and the public hinges on how much dust she can kick up in the coming months.
Oh my God.
With advocates like James and other NBAers, she might build the momentum to remain a cause celeb.
Other
what if
NBAers who shall remain nameless.
But what if she can't? After 5 months in a Russian jail, she failed to move the president to act on her behalf. Aside
Biden
from
finally did something right.
what?
Biden finally did something right. He didn't act on her behalf.
Well, he probably just forgot though.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, considering what his face looked like when he was trying to hand off that pen the other day, he was just like, "Hey, here's a pen. Wait, who are you?"
Well, he was probably talking about that Britney Spears poster.
Aside from some lip service and a well-placed statement, it won't serve President Biden and VP Kamala Harris until they're closer to the election cycle. Even then, it seems many of the black Democrats who'd move the needle on the issue of a famous black woman suffering in political captivity might skew conservative on the Griner problem, believing she got what she deserved and can't be helped.
Poor little fella.
But since they mentioned or referred to OJ, even if they didn't name him, did any of you see the episode of the Larry Sanders Show where they made fun of OJ? The guy, I think it was Hank, was insisting that OJ was innocent because he was found not guilty. So the head writer egged Hank's car, left a trail of egg leading to his own office, sat there with his feet on the desk, egg covering the soles of his shoes, and goes, "I am 100% not guilty." Like making the point, like, just because someone denies it and is found not guilty, it's like, doesn't mean
Yeah.
shit.
Just like OJ said, 100% not guilty. You're like,
Yeah.
what?
It is
But
like,
if I did it,
Yeah, if I did it.
if I did it, here's how I would have done it. Yeah.
Yeah, you chronicle that pretty accurately there, pal.
Chris Rock actually made fun of that like years before the book came out. He said, I didn't do it, but if I did, here's how I would have. And it's like a fake book that he was pretending OJ had written.
I didn't think he should have killed her, but I understand.
I didn't think he should have killed. That just sounds funny.
How will the U.S. fix its race problem as it polices the world?
Well, seeing that it doesn't have a race problem that you people seem to think it does, we're fine. Thank you. Drive through.
I
In
think
tw-
it's pretty clear that the US does have a race problem. But
Well, usually
I mean,
in the South, though, with NASCAR and all that.
no, I was just going to say, but you can't get rid of all the black people, so I mean, you're stuck with them.
Well, no. See, the race problem is that all those nooses in the garages.
Oh yeah, I remember those.
Yeah, can't forget that because that's how racist racing is.
In 2020, when George Floyd was killed by Minnesota police, the outcry echoed far beyond U.S. soil. In
and
Paris,
additionally, you have to point it out to him so that he
Yeah.
can actually be like, "Oh yeah, it is a noose."
I say, do we really have to fucking go there again?
in Paris, Berlin, and London, protesters for Black Lives Matter became European torchbearers for the message. Russian leaders were hesitant to take up for black human rights advocates, framing the issue as evidence of America's flawed premise. Widespread freedom, but only for a select few.
You know,
Vladimir,
when I hear that, all I think of just Jen or Marsha saying, "Sure, Jen," and then just rolling her eyes.
And white liberals around the world fainted.
Vladimir Putin proclaimed some support for the activism, but that was mostly a ruse designed to bolster his critique of U.S. race relations. Then there's the thorny reality of Russian election tampering. A cluster of significant research suggests that Putin-backed bots used cyber terrorism to divide the black vote.
No, you.
Disseminating messages to undermine liberal candidates and discourage voting.
Oh my god.
The Russian
people.
the Russian
It's been 6 years.
So you
It's
look
been
at me.
6 years. Every single facet, every tiny thread of that story has been utterly shattered to pieces. It has been done over and over again. The American people have spent 6 years getting trailed along by the media on this stupid argument that even if it was true, you couldn't pay me to give a shit.
Okay, Mr. White
And none of it was
supremacist.
true.
Okay, Mr. White supremacist, but those of us in the real world know that Russia rigged it so that Trump would win the 2016 election, and that
Really?
2020 was completely fair and above board, and no one need look any further into that.
And they let a Russian hooker pee on him.
Of course, everyone does that.
Yes.
How will we rig this election and only this election for the rest of history?
Yes, exactly.
The Russian chicanery aside, the U.S. can't afford to broadcast a mixed signal about its support of all political hostages. Putin and his
What
minions.
chicanery was? What chicanery? I want to know. They had bots that displayed messages that weren't factually untrue, and there was about $1 million worth, which will pay for a banner ad on a website nobody goes to.
Yes.
Yeah. That I'm sure. What did it result in? What did it result? It resulted in a more informed electorate. Gee whiz! Isn't that terrible? Isn't that
Yes, it
terrible
is.
that more people knew about Hillary Clinton being a corrupt sack of shit?
It is
Oh.
because people used that information that the government didn't want them to have to vote in ways that the government didn't want them to vote.
Pure chicanery.
Hillary is pure as the white-driven snow. Come on now.
Isn't it amazing that the truth is considered to be cheating by these people?
Man, it's politics. There's no room for honesty in politics.
Clearly.
Um, Putin and his minions know that paying special attention to Griner will sow racial discord here, especially because one of the more known hostage cases is a white man. That brings up the last essential question.
All I'm hearing is Discord sucks, which is a point I've been trying to make for years.
And it's all Russia's fault.
Yeah,
Well, yeah.
everything is Russia's fault.
What does a rallying cry from black women count for?
Absolutely nothing.
3/5.
Say it again now.
The WNBA and its players were outspoken on issues of racial injustice as police shooting victim Breonna Taylor's name dried the headline ink about the particular violence that black women face when they're dating violent drug dealers.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
They're also the only American sports league whose face is the modern gay athlete. Griner's saga sits against a backdrop of a black woman vice president and the first black woman Supreme Court justice.
She's been busy.
Who cares? Fucking
And the
birthday
first gay Disney kiss.
Yeah.
girl.
And the first black superhero. Remember Black Panther?
Oh, yeah.
The cognitive dissonance astounds even casual followers of American politics.
I
Yes,
love
it
how
does.
they use that term so open ended. It's like the cognitive dissonance. Do you even know what the fuck you're saying when you say that? You sound stupid.
Frosted, I won't lie to you. I am astounded by the cognitive dissonance.
Shut up, Jack.
Let's see. Although the baller did affront a U.S. rival by carrying cannabis oil pens into the country, it's the kind of offense that could and should be solved with a handshake deal. Since the United States has taken a hardline position against the Kremlin's invasion of Ukraine and recruited allies to sanction Russian commerce, President Biden is no welcome negotiator. How can he bargain for her freedom while organizing assassination attempts and embargoes that weaken Russia for good? It makes no sense.
I see. So America is antagonizing Russia over Ukraine, and so Russia should just do whatever America wants,
Basically.
even though we're antagonizing them. Gee, that makes sense.
Hey, it'll be worth it if we can get a WNBA player back.
I'm sure Vladimir Putin. Hey, I know that you're trying to rob me of power and everything, and I know that you engaging in basically a proxy war at this point with us. But I'm just gonna give you this WNBA player because you're so frightening to me, Joe Biden. Joe Biden, Mr. Scary Man himself, Joe Biden.
Corn Pop is a bad dude.
No, I do think Russia should give her back only because think of how much they'd save on fried chicken if they give her back.
No, Russia should give her back because it's in their best interest to get rid of her as soon as possible.
Yeah.
It's like, do you have
Because they
any
can't
idea how
afford fried
obnoxious this bitch has been?
She hasn't shut up once.
Black
She
women.
thinks this is
watermelons.
it's so terrible here. She thinks it's America.
She beat Russian wife.
Black women will invariably decide how far a 2024 Biden-Harris ticket goes. They will, they will influence other voting blocs and test the mettle of the Liberal Party by voicing the larger issue that Griner's case typifies: pay equity.
Oh God.
However unusual Griner is as a 6'8" superhuman on the court, she's being treated the same way many incarcerated black women would be, as an afterthought. That won't bode well for Democrats, who may already be losing steam as Biden's approval rating drops and his pandemic response flails. They need a substantial public win to keep voters engaged. Like most victims, Griner isn't perfect. Her profile as a six-figure entertainer won't necessarily endear her to everyone. Wait, she 6 figures and she's underpaid?
I would just like to say, can we get one game a year between the best WNBA game team and the worst NBA team? Can we get one game a year with those two teams facing off against each other, so we can end this bullshit once and for all?
You don't even need to do that. Best WNBA team against a 15-year-old high school team.
Yeah. And we'll
See
call
how
it
that goes.
and we'll call it Jam Harder.
Yes.
Let's see. Yet her story will clarify how low the ceiling is for black women, and I'm not sure anyone's ready for that to be a global conversation.
Okay, bye.
Okay, so I looked up the win-loss record for the Phoenix Mercury, which is Brittany Griner's team, is 15-21.
Oh God.
But she's a super phenom.
He's a super baller from what this
The
person
rest of
told
the
her.
team is clearly holding her back.
Oh yeah.
Wait. Her the win-loss record for her team is 15-21.
Yeah,
Oh my God. That's
15
awful.
wins,
Why
21 losses.
What? This is who? She's not even good. How can she be good? Her team is shit. We've been through all this. She's not even a winning team. She's a losing team. Why the fuck does anyone give a flying fuck about her? Oh my God. What? They're saying that she's brilliant. They're saying she's brilliant. But even amongst the women, she sucks? What the fuck?
The way you said that, Jack was like, "Oh my God! Oh my God!"
Not to mention she's 6'8" and she sucks at basketball.
Yeah.
What?
Sucks at women's basketball.
Oh my God!
Why?
But
None of this mattered from the very beginning. None of it made even a lick of sense. She just sucks. She's a sucky basketball player surrounded by sucky politics, and she did a stupid thing, went to a foreign country, broke their laws, act shocked when she got arrested, and it was all over a shitty basketball player, even in her own league. Why? How?
Wow, we've almost got Jack to Morty from Rick and Morty levels.
Yeah, I was gonna say you broke Jack.
there's 12 teams, and they're in 8th place.
No,
Truly,
clearly the
she
league
is
is racist.
Truly, she is invaluable to our nation. All right. Well, with the end of the second article comes the second game, which is for the chat only, boobs.
It's for the chat only, boobs.
And that's the caption contest, where I'll show a photo of a political figure or event, and the chat has to come up with a caption for it. And whichever one we like best, I'll tweet out after the show.
And for once, the Johnny Hellcat prohibited actually applies.
Yes.
So this week we got good old Liz Cheney's concession. I just love the face she's making in this one.
Oh God, she's all
Yeah. She looks like Chris Farley in a wig.
basically.
I know nothing about this Liz Cheney at all, except that she lost.
She was like the token Republican on the January 6th commission.
Oh, okay.
So that's why like all Republicans hate her.
Fair enough.
Let's see, and That Is How I Met Your Mother. Just put a bullet in my head. I'm not sure we'd be able to get away with that on Twitter.
I think a certain Quippers United needs to be de-wrenched.
Well, Jackson, a timeout.
But mine was pretty good. Come on.
Well, we don't know. There's a deleted message, but no one knows what it said.
Yeah.
Nope.
Sorry guys, my herpes test came back positive.
Aw.
To the first female president. I just farted and you all know it. At least I made $60 million these past 2 years. And that's how Trump stole this election from me. Joke's on you, I've already fucked over the state, so I'm off to screw over another one.
Hmm?
Let's see. Rhino gets poached in Wyoming.
Hmm.
Nice.
That's clever, but I wonder if you heard that from somewhere else. 6.
Let's see. Okay, I can taste that. Who farted? Since I'm Lincoln now, I just need to avoid theaters.
Aw.
Yeah.
Monkeypox is a hell of a drug. Remember when my family was relevant?
Ooh.
No, I'm not green with envy. You mean I didn't win?
How about just Liz! Exclamation point.
Let's see. Praying to her dad. Is it too late to accidentally shoot my opponent? My daddy's gonna take you all hunting. I'm declaring my run for the presidency today. I will call it the new Titanic. Seriously, there was only one piece of paper left.
Okay.
All right, well, we've had a bunch so far, so I think I'll cut it off there.
She a certified lesbian?
Hmm.
I said
I think Johnny Hellcat needs to be timed out as well.
It's already over, so I can participate.
The message is still on the screen.
Yeah, but he's not Jack, so it's all right.
Anyway.
Man, fuck you.
All right, so which one do you think is best?
I thought
I like
mine was
facial.
best. Fuck you.
Yeah, but you didn't submit one. It got deleted.
Yeah.
I do like Faithless. Just my daddy's going to take you all.
Yeah,
hunting.
I agree.
Let's see. Johnny?
I'm with the hunting one, and cannibalistic wizards. I could use some carpet right now.
And are you abstaining, boobs?
Just do whatever you want, man.
Aw. You hurt his feelings.
Anyway.
We got sad, Jack.
Don't
All
let
right.
Clinton know.
Sure, Jen.
All right. Well, congrats, Faithless, on winning. I'll just copy that down, and so I can tweet it out later.
Oh, and Kiva Dam clarified that she's using asterisks to mark work-related comments. So the one piece of paper left was not a suggestion for a caption. She was just complaining about work.
Oh, all right.
By the way, my caption was Kirby and I are seeking a separation.
Did anyone just go temporarily deaf? Just
I
for a second there?
Man, that's a great one. That would have won if it was eligible. Anyway.
Oh, fuck you. That was funny, damn it.
All right. So now it's time for our third article. We've already taken the 14 steps to fascism.
I just need to say the 13 words.
What happens
Jim's
after
Number 1, love.
What happens after authoritarians seize power?
Honestly,
You get
when
an old man and a
somebody,
black woman in charge.
honestly, when someone preaches to me about love, I automatically think that they're probably an actual fascist. When someone like does a political rant about
Or high on
love,
ecstasy.
But no, but look who wrote the article. It's Mitch. I can only assume that means the Ripper, our good friend from Clippers
Yes.
United.
Well, if
And
there are a lot
Phil
of
Brand.
Obviously, Mitch the Ripper wrote this article, and
Yeah.
so we can assume that anything said in this article is a direct quote from Mitch the Ripper.
Yeah.
Exactly.
If there are a lot of
And-
southern aphorisms in there, then we'll know it's him.
And also we should go to Twitter with any particularly great quotes that he made and quote them back at him so that he can know exactly what it is he said.
Let's see. Just as a refresher, I looked up the 19-year-old article by author Dr. L. Britt, and in it he lays out the 14-step program all authoritarians inevitably use to lock a society down. It's predictable, tried, and demonstrably true. And we've done all of them.
Now
Fuck
let's
Biden.
read this list and see. I bet you that the list is real, but I bet you that it doesn't apply in any
No.
way to the arguments he's going to make.
I'm gonna go the opposite way. That it's all true, and he's talking about Biden because Biden's the one in power at the moment. Like, if the U.S. is a fascist dictatorship, Biden's got to be the dictator. He's the one that's currently running.
Is this a current article?
No, yeah. How old is the article?
It's from last month.
So there you
Oh,
go.
yeah.
It's about Biden.
Dr. Britt's list includes powerful and continuing nationalism, rampant sexism, obsession with national security, religion and governments intertwining, protection of corporate power, controlled mass media, and fraudulent elections. Oh.
Wow, none of these apply to Joe Biden at all. None of them.
Mm-mm.
Along the way, Naomi
Also,
Wolf.
and I would also say that rampant sexism, really? Does that
Is
'cause
that
as far
really
as
a
I-
necessary part of fascism?
Yeah, no, because as I thought that under Hitler, he actually had some very pro-woman policies in there.
Yeah, it sounds like sexism to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, Hitler was probably the first feminist.
He bows to the frows.
Along
That's
the
fucking
way,
stupid.
along the way, Naomi Wolf explains there are some procedural details that must also be achieved. In another decade-old article, she suggests we have already invoked internal and external enemies. Yeah, because what country, does that? Created a gulag, Guantanamo anyone? Developed thugs, who were the guys that stormed the Capitol. Is that the best we can do for our fascist thugs?
Yeah, the guys who followed the velvet ropes.
It's clear we have already walked quite a ways down the path to outright fascism. Anyone that said...
Just to be clear, the insurrectionists, they're not rude.
I may be an insurrectionist, but at least I'm not rude.
Exactly.
Anyone that says otherwise is lying to your face. We're there. All that remains is for the would-be authoritarians to seize the levers of power, and we will be fully entrenched in our own brand of American fascism. A merger of corporations and the state, facilitated by the elites, with the express intent to drain the lifeblood out of the proles.
See, the funny thing is, if you posted this on Twitter, you'd get banned, unless you challenged it saying, "No, I was talking about Trump." Like, oh no, then we'll revoke your suspension. Get back out there.
I think he spelled parolees wrong.
Yeah. We are the proles. What comes next? Dissent will be stifled. Comedians disappear. They get scared to speak out against the intolerance of the authoritarians. All it takes is for one public personality to be accused of something unprovable and stupid.
No, but
It-
I mean, technically they're right. Technically, comedians are too scared to speak the truth because they'll get labeled racist or sexist or an ist or a phobe. And so, yeah, they're
no,
scared to speak out against the intolerance of the authoritarians. That is a factual statement.
No, Terry, that's wrong because he explains why they'll be canceled. Maybe being unpatriotic, maybe being black or Jewish, or maybe just being an immigrant. And when they disappear, the rest go silent.
Okay,
Ac-
so I do think it's okay if you're mean to the blacks and the Jews. That's just par for the course at this point.
No, you're not allowed to punch down. No punching down, Terry. You're not allowed to punch down.
Okay, so only the Jews then.
How about if I punch downs?
That works.
Activists and will get rounded up for the same reasons.
Oh, what has
Opposi-
Will done now? Fucking hell, Will.
Opposition politicians, journalists, bloggers, atheists. No one will be allowed to speak out against the ruling elite. Gay men are already being called pedophiles. Teachers are being told they are brainwashing children. Women are being called murderers. One way or another, all opposition to the authoritarians will be demonized, targeted, and silenced.
And it's true. Gay men are being called pedophiles. It's the pedophilic gay men that are getting called pedophiles, though. So
you are the author. Oh, sorry.
no, go on.
The author is deliberately misrepresenting arguments as if they are posed against an entire group when they are clearly posed against a subset of a group that shows specific qualities that have been identified. Yes, there are teachers who are brainwashing children, but that doesn't mean all teachers. But you use a phrase like teachers because you know that's not what they're saying, and you need to make it sound vague enough to make it sound like that is what they're saying because you're lying.
Let's see. Fear will be instilled among the population. Know those thugs going around LARPing at being active military? The ones with the scary the ones with the scary guns that make their way to peaceful protests and intimidate voters? How about the ones that hide their faces behind balaclavas and march under the banner of patriotism?
Didn't the
Here's
Black
an idea.
Panthers do that a few years back?
Yeah.
If you think that those gun owners are having a chilling effect, here's an idea: bring your own guns. Bring your own guns. It's a free country. You're allowed to, and it would make you feel more protected if you were armed. But that doesn't really fit your narrative, does it?
No. Guns are evil.
Yeah.
Yes.
That is, unless you think that your own supporters are potential murderers.
No. Guns are evil unless you're in the IRS. I forgot to finish the thought.
Yeah. They don't arise spontaneously. They are encouraged by ideology and whipped into a nationalist frenzy. Now they're spoiling for a fight. Members of similar groups are known to infiltrate law enforcement and are capable of targeting activists by using random incarcerations and releases. It's a terror tactic.
Gotcha.
It has already happened during the Trump administration.
Oh, really?
People will
Who could
save
have guessed
themselves.
they'd bring Trump into it?
Well, you get
People-
extra virtue points if you bring Trump into any kind of argument like this.
Yeah, it doesn't matter that there's another president now because they can't pay attention to that. They will find any way to take the focus off of Joe.
Yes.
But it is interesting that the fascist dictator got voted out in an election. That's usually how it goes, isn't it?
That's
Yeah,
only
no,
because
don't
his
you
coup
remember-
failed.
Yeah, 1945 when the Germans voted out Hitler.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's see. People will
And
save
Hitler's
them-
vote was the dividing vote, or
Hmm.
the deciding vote.
People
Well,
will save
and dividing, I
themselves.
guess.
People in outgroups will try to hide. Maybe they'll attempt to get to the woods or to vanish in beaten down cities where there might be less of a law enforcement presence. Historically, they have retreated into basements and attics, abandoned train tunnels and sewers, sneaking and out only for food. Nothing here is new. It's happened in the past and is on the rise today.
Get the fuck over yourself.
See that van life trend? It will explode. People will be on the move continuously. We're already broke and being made even broker by inflation and out of control corporate greed.
Which
And
is
then they'll
Trump's
be-
fault.
And then they'll be murdered by their boyfriends and left on the side of the road.
With evictions and spiking mortgage rates, people will have little choice but find a way to be out of sight. Being on the move will help. People will pretend. How do you disappear within a crowd? You become like the crowd. You'll dress like them. You'll wave the flag and the cross. You'll buy guns and threaten people. You'll comply. You'll report your neighbors for having the wrong religion or the wrong color. Okay, why do neighbors have to be reported for having the wrong color? It's kind of self-evident.
They're clearly Bloods.
Yeah.
No. But we live in the age of self-identification. So just because someone has dark skin doesn't mean they're black.
That's true.
So you have to report them saying, I think that I caught that person picking cotton in their backyard. I think they're the wrong color. Maybe pick them up.
Or even thinking the wrong thoughts. You might man the prisons or drive the cop cars. You might even pull the triggers on the guns that keep the peace. When it comes right down to you or them, most people choose themselves. It's human nature. People almost always do whatever it takes to save themselves. People will flee. It's happening already. Oppressed minority groups are talking about leaving red states. Young people will move where they can be free.
That's why so many people are moving out of California at the moment.
And so many people are moving into America from Mexico.
Yes.
Is this guy sourcing these stories on his own thing, or is this something that like Medium puts out there? Because the Stanford prison experiment.
I think that's just an ad. I think that's because if you look, the link is to Britannica.com.
Yeah.
I think that's just a paid ad. I think
Okay.
it's unrelated to the article.
I think it's supposed to support his argument that people always do whatever it takes to save themselves. Let's see. Red states will employ harsher and stricter control of their populations to extract what wealth remains.
And if
They're
you don't like it, you can move to a blue state.
Yeah.
Huh? Oh, look at that. You can move. You can go somewhere else. So why don't you do that? Why don't you move out of those terrible, terrible red states?
No,
Just do the world a favor and move to California. How about California? Nice, sunny California. Nothing bad ever happens in
it's Friday
California.
there.
Yeah.
Today's Friday.
Today is Friday in California.
You know how evil crossing state lines is, Jack.
No. That's only if you want to kill someone and that person that you go to kill has already been born. If you're killing an unborn, you're allowed to cross state lines. It's fine. It's just people who've already been born. You can't kill those ones.
They're already attempting to stop women leaving certain states. They'll simply expand this until there are policed borders between neighboring regions. Make no mistake, if the authoritarians gather enough political power, they intend to go federal. Then there will be no escape from the long arm of the new laws.
Well, you better vote Biden out then.
Christian zealots are ramping up insane rhetoric. They have openly discussed executing gays and are busy running for political office to subdue any that fall short of the glory
Are
of
you
their
gonna-
god.
Are you gonna cite that source there, Buster?
Why would they need
Executing
to?
the gays?
Why would they need to cite it?
You can just see it. It's happening all around you.
Oh,
Yeah.
Attention to it.
I did find the article and I found the source. I think it says, "Trust me."
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Here's the source. It's like that meme. I made it up.
No. It's like what Sean Head does. If you click her sources, it's actually a picture of Danny DeVito.
No, how about it came to me in a dream?
No. It's a picture of Danny DeVito, and the caption says, I know a lot about this, so just trust me.
Given half a chance, they will shoehorn their way into drafting and passing legislation that will finally turn America into a theocracy. What will you do when the authoritarians attempt to seize power? We must vote.
And
Alas.
again, if this was an actual fascist dictatorship, voting not so much an option. They don't let you do that in dictatorships.
Now, every dictatorship has been brought down by voting.
Yes, you're right.
The
All
last
the way
step-
back to Tsar Nicholas.
Yeah.
I remember when Stalin got voted out.
The last step that must be taken to instill an authoritarian government is to seize power, usually by fraudulent elections. On January 6, 2021, the first attempt was made to do exactly that.
Yes, it was.
All
And
we
it
can
kind of
do-
succeeded.
All we can do now, barring active resistance, is to vote like we've never voted before.
Wait. To vote like they've never voted before means to vote Republican.
Yes.
Yeah. Or non-fraudulently.
That's it.
We're voting for our own lives, for our sanity, for the lives of our children, our grandchildren, the beasts out in the field, and the planet just beyond.
That's right, folks. A vote for Joe Biden is a vote for sanity.
It
A
sounds like a
vote for
spe-
Joe Biden is a vote for Gleep Gloop.
It sounds like a This sounds like a speech that like Christopher Reeve's Superman would give at the end of a movie.
Before flying off into the sunset.
Hmm.
If we do not stop them at the ballot box, civil American life is done and the world itself will have to fight another fascist regime. We will become the enemy. The enemy is us.
I agree with that. The enemy is them. That is true.
Yes.
I
You
hope-
are the enemy. Congratulations. You figured it out.
I hope you see what's just over the horizon. We can't afford to mess this up, and we're almost out of choices. It's-
Superman?
It's just a thought. Mitch.
I think we should send this to Arthur. Let him know who his co-host is.
So there you have it, guys. We're doomed.
Yep.
Oh, doomed. Great.
There's a YouTube channel that can save us. We can become undoomed if you just subscribe.
Well, with the end of the third article comes the final game of the night,
This is the good one.
Nah, second best.
and that is Poe or No Gender Edition. Now, remind me, Terry, this week is our 2-year anniversary, correct?
Correct.
That would be a special occasion, right?
Yeah, it would seem to be.
Well,
Oh God.
and it seems only fair that we have 4 genders this week.
Makes sense to me.
Great. Wonderful.
You asshole.
All right, so this
Don't
is the
trust Frosted. Frosted is asshole.
You know, I just thought of something. Do you guys remember when Muammar Gaddafi was voted out of office?
Oh, yeah.
So this is the game where I give you 4 genders this time. Three of which are from the LGBTIA wiki, meaning they're 100% real, and
Of
one I
course.
made up, and you have to figure out which one is made up. And I'll even give you a short description of each one.
Ooh.
Oh joy!
So, gender A. Simpson gender.
Oh my god.
Well, that one's real.
Ficta
Yes.
gender best represented by the Simpsons TV show.
The hell is a ficta gender?
A fictional gender, exactly what it sounds like.
Oh my god. Okay.
All right, let's see. B. Violence gender. Neurogender connected to anger issues and outbursts of emotion.
More likely to throw yourself into oncoming traffic.
Well, I should say that I believe that all these genders are ficta genders and violence genders.
Violence gender.
All right, gender C. Wildling gender.
Oh my god.
Ficta gender related to the wildlings from the series Game of Thrones.
Why not just call them
God.
fuck the genders?
I think Hoko's was good. Jaundice gender.
Jaundice gender. Yeah.
And gender D. Crystal Chi gender. Gender
What?
identity related to being a crystal child.
What the fuck is a crystal child?
A baby born high on meth.
I can only imagine.
All right,
Well,
so
that is really weird.
So I'll start up a poll for the chat so they can get in on it. And I don't think I can put 5 choices, but I will promise that it isn't an all real situation.
Okay.
Is it an all fake situation?
Of course it is.
But I think so far, Crystal Child sounds way too abstract to be fake. I'm gonna go with Wildling. I think.
I say
Okay.
violence gender.
Yeah, I'm going to go violence.
All right, Johnny.
I am going to go with Crystal Child gender.
All right. Let's see. It's like the
Simpson
chat.
gender's obviously real.
It's like the chat is leaning B.
So to give Hoko's a definition, gender associated with kidney failure.
James Cawley seems to think that Crystal Child gender is a Steven Universe thing, which wouldn't surprise me.
Could be. I have no
Let's see.
idea about Steven Universe.
I'm sure that Steven Universe has at least 50 different genders on that website. I'm sure it's even got its own little, subsection. It's a Steven Universe gender.
Simpsons
see.
did it.
B's still in the lead with 50%. I'll just give it like 5 more seconds.
Simpsons gender is jaundice gender.
I hope it's like Simpsons did it. Simpsons did it.
All right. Well, I'll end it there. Okay, so Jack said C. I think Moon and Terry said B. Johnny said D. And the chat went with B.
I'm going to put a side bet on all fake because you usually do stuff like that for special occasions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, the answer is C is fake.
Okay.
I win.
Rigged.
I win the game.
Yo, Jack.
Rigged.
Yeah, rigged.
Braniel is psyched because he won too.
Okay. Cool.
All right. Well, unfortunately, there was no flag for the Crystal Child one, but I'll show you the other 2.
Aw.
That is
Braniel
disappointing.
Braniel is claiming to have gotten 6 in a row.
It's just the LGBT one with the crack pipe in there. It's fine.
So there's a Simpsons gender.
Simpsons gender,
A
okay.
can of Duff beer.
That's fucking retarded, but okay.
And the violence gender one is pretty ugly.
Oh my god. Looks like a basketball.
Do not
It looks
adjust
like
your television
It looks
set.
like the flag for like some African country like Cameroon or some shit.
Maybe that's why they did it that way. I mean, violent places.
Wow.
Ooh.
All right. Well, now it's time for our final article. And that would be, how much would it cost America to send black people back to Africa?
I will super chat $20 towards the cause.
This is amazing. It has gotten so unbased that it circled back to being based again.
Laura Quinoa.
Well, thing is, on this one here, I can't say all, because there are a lot of really cool black folks, but I'm talking about the ones that just
No.
won't shut the fuck up.
Just the ones that want to go.
Yeah.
Just pay for the ones that want to go to Africa, and we
Yeah,
can
just
watch
ask.
as
No.
literally nobody goes to Africa.
But
No,
aren't
no, no.
there?
All you do, because you can't make it too obvious or they'll realize what you're doing. You say, do you hate America? They'll say, fuck yes. You say, I've got excellent news for you.
Well, thing is, though, on this one here, aren't there actually a bunch of African countries that are paying well to get a lot, because they want black folks to go back there so that they can help educate all kind of stuff. But those people that they're offering all this stuff to, they don't want to go. It was like,
I think just send them all to Liberia.
The thing is that the second, if we were to start sending black Americans to Africa, Africa would start sending America tons of hate mail. Take these assholes back. We can't stand these entitled little bitches. Get rid of them. They are ruining our fucking country with their fucking avocado toast.
No,
What
I think it would be funny if they're walking around Ethiopia saying, "So where do I get a chai latte from?"
We got a letter from Africa. It just says, "What the hell is a Popeyes?" Let's see. Run us our cash so we can start exploring. In America, it's pretty common to find
No.
white-
You don't. I don't think the author understands that their premise is that you go back there forever. I think they think it's like, oh, it's a vacation. Just go to Africa for like 2 weeks and we have fun time there. We just stay at the resort because we don't want to run into the problem element, and then we go back home.
Are you having problems missing Kermie?
Yeah. He's gone from Morty to Miss Piggy. In America, it's pretty common to find white men who think all problems can be solved with cold cash in lieu of hard work. So when one such lazy
Cold cash is
capitalist,
representative of hard work.
That is true.
that's capitalist talk.
Actually, no. Frosted has a point. It's not the result of hard work. It's the result of the government printing machine. So
That's true.
So when one such lazy capitalist asked how much it would cost to send black people back to Africa, I was happy to give him a rough estimate. I confess to not being great at math, so if you're reading
she's
this...
How much does it cost to send people back to Africa? I'm glad you asked, sir. Flip, flip.
I don't know. So if you're reading this and the numbers aren't adding up, please let me know in the comments.
Oh, we have to read the comments.
As owner of the Black to Africa movement website and blog, I've I've thought about this a lot, and I think it would cost at least $41 trillion, $600 billion for America to send children of stolen and sold Africans, Chaucer, to Africa.
I don't know. I mean, there are these old wooden ships that we can just, cram you all in and send you back with that way should be pretty cheap.
But doesn't Chaucer sound a little too close to Massa?
Unless I'm mistaken, that's written 41 trillion 600 billion. That amount would give each of the 41.6 million black Americans $1 million to explore the mother continent at our leisure.
You're not getting $1 million, you idiot.
No, that's what they do, right? Do keep in mind that since I don't speak for all of Black America, the actual amount may climb even higher once my people chime in. So let's just call my number it a low estimate for now.
No, they can't write.
Why not
Also-
just title this article, Give Me $1 Million, I Am Black?
Well, I mean, that would be a bit too honest.
Also note that as individuals, we wouldn't technically be going back to Africa. See, we were born in the United States, and many of us have never even visited the continent, and so back is a bit of a stretch. But since
Oh,
we
I see. And there it is. There it is. It's you're back in. So you get to go to Africa with $1 million, little vacation, and then you come back to America and still act like a cunt because that's all you are.
Ooh, go Jack.
But since we represent our ancestors, we get what you're trying to say, and we agree with you that we are owed this magnificent travel experience.
No, you aren't owed shit. Shut up.
So wait, you're willing to cede that you weren't in fact born in Africa, so that doesn't make you an African, but you're not willing to cede that you weren't born a slave, and so that doesn't make you a slave.
Yes.
Also, they're individuals, but they are all owed this.
Yes. See, now you guys get it.
Yeah.
It's intergenerational trauma.
In fact, I'm totally down with establishing dual citizenship and being bicontinental while living
No,
between
not dual. You lose American citizenship.
Go there, stay there, leave us alone, you prick.
and being bicontinental while living between one of Africa's 54 countries and America.
Bicontinental.
You don't get to
Yeah.
bitch about how bad America is and stay here after taking $1 million, you unbelievable moron.
So it turns out all women are bi, but now you have to decide whether it's polar, sexual, or continental.
Yeah. I'm guessing she wouldn't want to do this if the country was just picked at random.
No, exactly.
Like you get to go to like a Democratic Republic of the Congo or something. I'm especially excited to do this on the U.S. government's dime. Lord knows the U.S. wouldn't even have a dime were it not for us.
Oh,
You could-
bullshit.
You
That's
could call
right,
this.
black people did everything.
Yep.
We was Kangs, yo.
Beethoven
Yeah.
was black.
You could-
Undoubtedly black.
Yeah, what-
Undoubtedly.
But when he lost his hearing and his melanin kicked in, I know because Tariq Nasheed told me.
Yeah.
Yeah, if black people did everything, I have a blanket that said those otherwise.
Oh, I see what you did there.
But Tariq
could call-
Nasheed also gave the excellent advice: wash your ass.
That's right.
Wash your ass.
You could call this funding a good faith start on what America owes us for our pain and suffering. We'll take it in cash, of course, and we'll book our own travel plans because,
no.
we don't trust you like that.
You have had zero pain and suffering. You are doing it to yourself, bitch.
Yeah.
So
Hey,
shut
hey.
the hell up.
Phyllis has a doctor to send with you.
No, but
Yeah.
I don't think this also understands the concept of what they're saying when they say go back to Africa. It's not go to wherever you want. It's get the fuck out of our country, renounce your citizenship, go fucking live over there where you claim to identify with. Just don't be our problem anymore. Is what the message is. We're not giving you $1 million and letting you choose luxury locate. No, it's just fuck off out of the country.
The message is you think America sucks, so leave. That's it.
Yeah.
No, get out, stay out. If you don't want to be in America, that's fantastic. We don't want you here. Go away.
Basically.
While we're
Can't
negotiating,
argue with that logic.
while we're negotiating this so-called return, Africa is a ginormous continent. It would be great if we could negotiate our own independent nation there.
Already being done. I mentioned Liberia.
So you want to be colonists? Much like Zionist Jews have done in Israel. Well, not quite like that, but sorta.
Oh wow, we're gonna go there, are we?
We're not interested in displacing folk, but a great many of us are interested in establishing our own Chausa nation on the continent.
Wait, so you don't want to displace people, but you want to make your own country. Is the country going to be in fantasy land?
I think at this point it's obvious it is.
Well, I think they're trying to rebuild the Black Hammer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that's all you need is keeping
that ended well.
Keeping slaves as sex slaves.
Let's see. We've even found a place on the continent that isn't recognized as belonging to anyone else. It's almost like it's just been sitting there waiting for us.
I'm sure that it's very habitable by human people.
Since it's unclaimed land, there's nothing there. So while drafting a budget, we ask that you factor the cost of building a brand new infrastructure too.
I don't think they understand the go fuck yourself nature of the request to go back to Africa. We're not funding your building of civilization. We're not giving you $1 million. It's you hate this place, fuck off.
And we're so confident in your incompetence that we know that even if we were to give you the infrastructure, you would destroy it immediately because you are functionally useless people.
Let's see. See what I mean?
Well, no. You say that, but look at the Chaz/Chop. That went swimmingly.
Yeah. They even had the segregated, farming.
You're communists. You're pieces of shit. And everything you do always ends in failure exclusively. Every time you people get a hand in some sort of piece of cash, you fuck it up royally. And it doesn't matter what your skin color is. Communists always fuck it up.
Name one time. Come on. See what I mean? The price is already going up, huh? Anyway, I'll be candid in sharing I used to take issue with people wanting to send us back to Africa as though we're inanimate objects that can be transported to somewhere out of sight and out of mind.
If only.
I used to think, how dare someone act like we are not American and that they even have the option of sending us anywhere. After all, we are natural-born, full-fledged citizens, and most importantly, we are free.
You can't be too free if you're asking for $41 trillion.
Yeah. You just sound like the most expensive whore of all time.
Yeah.
Who do these people think they are to just decide our fate like that? The
Julia
arrogant
Roberts.
What?
Julia Roberts from Pretty Woman.
But I would just like to point out that Braniel just pointed out to me that $1 million in American currency is worth about 17 million in South African currency.
Okay, so we only
which means that we'd be sending them there as people with over $10 million dollars.
So basically, they'd become the elite.
That's what they
Pretty
wanted
much.
all along. Yes.
Let's see. Who do these people think they are to just decide our fate like that? The arrogant stupidity of white supremacy is something else, I tell you. Chaucer in the United States are the most loyal Americans to ever live.
Uh-huh.
Who else would go through the hell we have in this country and still volunteer to defend it with our lives?
Oh, yeah. Clearly, writing this article, you are so in hell and you're so treated poorly.
A large percentage of this country's military troops are black. Many are second, third, and even fourth generation service women and men.
Yeah,
Black
but guess what? It's a volunteer service. You don't have to do it. They volunteered to do it. They weren't forced into it. Nobody forced their hand. Nobody said, "Oh, you got to go serve, black man. Go on, get out of here." No, nobody said that. They did it of their own accord. So I don't want to hear this bullshit of, "Oh, the vast majority of the armed forces are black because blah 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 blah." No, fuck off. Your point
like
is
that,
invalid.
It's like that Monty Python thing, except for instead of bring out your dead, bring out your darkies.
Basically, yes.
Bring out your darkies.
Bring out your darks.
Ebony Williams is bringing up an excellent point. I bet you they won't assimilate. They wouldn't. They would form their own little city, and it would be, it would just be really shit.
And it would be funny, even if they tried to assimilate, they would probably be outcast by the actual natives.
Yeah, the natives would just be like, they would fuck them up.
And if they had the money that they want, then they'd just become the elite and basically become what they say white people are.
No.
Yeah.
If they had the money they want, they'd get robbed 10 seconds after they set foot into Africa.
Yeah. Really, when these people when they talk about how evil rich people are, they're really just projecting.
Mm-hmm.
They're saying, this is what I want. I would be if I was rich.
Yeah.
I would be this horrible, horrible, evil person all the time to everyone. Because really it's all just them it's all them stating their desired goal in life.
With my dying breath, I curse capitalism.
Let's see. Black Americans have literally fought in every war this country has ever been in, and that's a lot of wars since America loves violence and domination. We're happy to take your money, which is ours too, and travel. Maybe even set up second homes. But you might want to watch your tone when speaking about Africa to the most patriotic Americans this country has ever known.
Oh yeah, you sound really patriotic to me.
People that bitch the most about how bad it is, you can't. That is not a mutually exclusive statement. You can't have somebody who bitches about this country being the worst, most racist, etc. You can't at the same time say that they are the most patriotic. That argument basically collapses in on itself.
I thought that sign said, "Have you thanked Atasa today?"
You just demanded $1 million for the sole purpose of leaving this country, and you're going to tell me you're the most patriotic ones of all.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We know. Some of you intend to be disrespectful when approaching this subject.
Yeah.
No, never.
Gee, I wonder why.
Most of you do, actually. But going back to Africa isn't the insult you think it is. No one expects you to understand this. Heck, some Chaucer are still so triggered by the idea that even they miss the upside when you ask such questions. But it's time for everyone
Huge upside, I'm sure.
But it's time for everyone to realize that we have a distinct connection to a most fascinating, diverse, warm, abundant, and rich continent. As our ancestral motherland, it is our right to claim it as home, and we are proud to do so. So, manifest destiny, then.
Yeah, bye.
Yeah. So, I'm just going to tell you straight, not only does America hate you, but Africa hates you too.
I would
Literally,
I would say
everybody
Africa hates them more. Because if they turn up to Africa with their gender bullshit and their gay rights and their like far left nonsense, they're not going to be welcomed.
You're such an incredible ingrate that literally everybody in the world hates you.
Like,
mean-
can you imagine walking around Cairo demanding gay rights?
Or Saudi Arabia, no less.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, that's not
there's
in Africa.
I know, but still.
there's probably a Russian prison that would take him. Since we were forcibly brought to our current sod and forced to build what would eventually become the United States, it's only right that the U.S. government now foot the bill in helping us reconnect with our original homeland.
Let me think. No.
You just made the argument that America was your home and that you were the most patriotic people ever. Now Africa's your home?
Yes.
Hey, get your story straight there, Buster Brown.
Oh, that's
Buster
racist.
Brown, very nice, yeah.
I didn't even, that was not on purpose. I wish it was, but that was not on purpose.
I mean, if she was hot, I'd bust her brown.
Oh.
All right.
Zing.
Whether we want to go for a visit, an extended stay, or a permanent move is not your business. But America should pick up the tab. And
No.
And why stop at American Chaucer? Your friends in Portugal, Spain, England, France, Germany, Belgium, the Netherlands, and Denmark all exploited Africans and Chaucer in order to build wealth.
Yeah, all of those countries should give you $1 million, I'm sure.
Oh, yes.
Each should
You
also
should get $5 million.
Each should also be jump-starting their reparations packages with $1 million per Chaucer to travel and explore our ancestral lands.
Fuck off with your...
Yeah, and while you're at it, everyone should get a yacht. Every black person in the world should get a free yacht just for being black.
Well, yeah.
In full transparency, a lot of Chaucer have zero desire to go to Africa. Why?
Oh, so they should just get $1 million just cuz.
Yes.
Just cuz black.
Yes, exactly.
You still need to count them in your little budget for one extended visit to the continent, though. So we're just going to force them out.
Basically.
Every black person in the diaspora should engage in the Odyssey at least once in their lifetime. So you just get the money ready and leave it to the rest of us to convince them to visit.
Not visit. Move there. Live there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Go
Africa's
there.
so
We're not-
wonderful.
We wouldn't give you $1 million just for a field trip. If we gave you $1 million, you better never grace our presence ever again.
Let's see. Sorry I couldn't give you a more exact figure, but as soon as my people chime in... Wait, am I in the right place?
What's up?
Yeah. Alright, thought I read this. Alright. Sorry I couldn't give you a more exact figure, but as soon as my people chime in, I'm sure we'll arrive at one. And please don't worry, we know you panic at the thought of living without us. We are, after all, America's backbone.
No, you're not. You're America's biggest whiners and complainers, but that's about it.
You are the single greatest detriment to this country of all time. You're a communist.
And I do have to kind of retcon myself that it's not. And this is like what I said earlier. It's not all black folks. It's the people like her that have nothing to do but bitch and bitch and bitch and bitch about how horrible life is in the United States and how racist of a country it is. You know, I'm tired of hearing it. It's just completely fucking false.
Let's see. We civilized this country, opened the door for immigrants who have helped to further diversify it, and we fought hard to make this country live up to its own ideals. So we won't completely abandon America when we journey to the African continent. We'll still retain our citizenship here.
Better.
You won't.
We'll vote in all elections, pay
No,
our
you won't.
pay our share of taxes, and we'll
No, you
continue.
won't.
And we'll continue pushing for those tax dollars to be spent on things like better schools, healthcare for all, and to reform our
I'm
criminal justice system.
Oh,
And
I'm sure
Tyrone's
that you'll
spinning
have
rims.
plenty of. I'm sure that after you get $1 million from the Fed, you'll have plenty of thoughts about where the future tax dollars should
No.
go.
But I think she's telling the truth when she says that she'll pay their share of taxes, because if you make no money, you owe no tax.
There you
So
go.
I mean, easy promise for them to make.
Hey, I got an idea. How about you pay the federal government back that $1 million you owe?
Hey, I think this must be TJ because this is sounding familiar.
As dual citizens, be advised that we can pull up at any time, so we expect you to behave yourselves. We know better
Oh,
than
behave! You're gonna give us further instructions after you steal our money.
we know better than most that our American homeland needs us to help it evolve into something great, where every citizen feels welcomed and at home.
Wait. Did they just say basically what they're saying is MAGA? You know, make
You
the
are
homeland
you are
great?
emblematic of the devolution of our entire nation.
Make Africa great again.
Read that byline. Racist white women and people of color would be in for a rude awakening without black people in the U.S. So, everyone.
Yeah. So now that you have an idea about our number, start scraping your change together, as we'll be coming for our full reparations soon enough.
Nothing.
I want reparations for having listened to this article.
Yes.
Your thoughts? Hey Chaucer, don't let comments or questions about going back to Africa offend you. Slavery ended in 1865, and no one has the power to send us anywhere we don't want to go. But you just said that you wanted all black people to journey to Africa, even if they don't want to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At the
Well,
same
no,
time,
he just wants to give them money. He wants to give them $1 million, and you don't have to go if you don't want to, but here's $1 million.
At the same time, Africa is a dope place, so don't be afraid to check it out. Whether you just
I'm
visit...
sure that the resort you stayed at was very dope indeed.
Yeah.
Whether you just visit one country one time or end up making it your forever home, you can still remain a U.S. citizen and enjoy the best of both continents. Have thoughts and questions? Let's meet in the comments and discuss.
Yes.
I'm good.
Let's.
Okay, so because I'm really nice to Moonshock, I'm going to put a link to her website in the chat. And if
Damn
you
you,
would like to
Terry.
buy any of her books, they are available on her WordPress website.
Monogamish.
Yeah.
A novella.
One commenter, let's see. America would collapse without black people. It would be like eating rice with no gravy.
Who the fuck puts gravy on rice?
What?
Apparently, it's an insane person.
Well, I mean,
Rice
If
without gravy.
if that's all you're eating, like I've had, stir-fried steak with rice and gravy, but there's something besides just rice.
Let's see. They will never send us back. They need us too much.
I love like the level of self-importance here on display.
Oh yes.
Guess what? If you disappeared tomorrow, no one would notice. Your family would notice. No one else would notice.
Maybe their family would be like, I'm just going to look the other way.
What?
Oh, she's gone. Anyway,
Look at sex life.
oh no, Laura. Oh, hi, Mark.
Johnny, Mark is your best friend. All right, well, that's all I had for today, gentlemen. So
Yay! I mean, oh.
I'm gonna go die now.
Which means it was a successful second anniversary stream.
Yes, indeed.
All right. So I'll shill out my co-host and guest. I Like Boobs has Quippers United on Sundays at 7 p.m. Eastern. Let's see. Moonshock
Me.
has his Twitch channel where he allegedly streams games such as Super Seducer.
I'm unconvinced. I still think he stole your money for us.
I told you. Fine. You want to get your $5 back? I'll give it to your goddamn stream.
I want $5 and a trip to Africa.
Gee.
And his channel is linked in the description. Let's see. Terry is on One Ton Hammer's Minions Nights. He's on Crippers United. He's on Johnny Hellcat streams. Is that everything?
Six is
and
stream.
six is sober streams. All right. And anything you want to shill, Johnny?
Nothing yet.
All right. Well, let's see. We should be back next week, same time, 9 p.m. EST. So we'll see you guys next week.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
I am the master of disguise.